Good morning, it's Monday the 26th of June. As you know, I enjoy running, and recently I've been training for a half marathon. I've done half marathons before, but always on the flat. This one is based around Sheffield. It's called the Sheffield Round and takes you up and down quite a few of the hills that are around the city. So I've been doing some of my training on the hills around Skipton. But I've also been running some of the time on the flat. And when I run on the flat, I tend to enjoy the stretch of canal between Skipton and Gargrave. Last week, while I was out running, I encountered two swans. They were swimming along in the water, and between them had 3 cygnets. And then when I looked more closely, they actually had 5 cygnets. But each of the 2 adult swans had a cygnet on its back, sheltered under its wings. I found myself wondering, who gets to ride on the swan's back? Do they take it in turns? Or is it the one that's maybe struggling to learn to swim? And then I thought to myself, I'm sure there's a Bible verse that says something about God's wings. So when I got home, I wish I could say I knew exactly where it was from, but I googled it and found it was from Psalm 91, where it says, "You who sit down in the high God's presence, spend the night in God's shadow. Say this, God, you're my refuge. I trust in you, and in you I'm safe." That's right, God rescues you from hidden traps, shields you from deadly hazards. God's huge outstretched wings protect you. Under them you're perfectly safe. God's wings fend off all harm. Swans do have huge wings, and they can use them to drive off attackers. I can remember being told as a child that a swan's wing could break your arm. And certainly when I've been out running, there are times when I've run a fair distance to avoid going past swans on the towpath. Yet their wings can also be used to nestle a cygnet, to protect it from harm, giving it a ride just when it's learning to swim and needs a rest, holding it in its vulnerability and need. What a wonderful image to remind us of God's care and protection. God who holds us in our vulnerability, who offers protection and support, who carries us when we don't have the strength to continue on our own. God's huge wings protect you. Under them you're perfectly safe. God's wings fend off all harm. Let's just have a few moments to sit with that image and enjoy the view, and then I'll pray. Loving God, our protector and parent, our strength and support, our refuge and rest, we come to you in our vulnerability and ask that you'll wrap your wings around us and keep us safe. Amen.